Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Let's Fix This. In this video we will be showing you how to replace the drum seal on a Whirlpool or Maytag dryer. In order to access the seal you have to remove the two screws in the filter housing up top. I didn't get a good angle on it. And then if you pull the lid forward, there's those metal brackets up at the top left that you can lift the lid up, or you can stick a putty knife into it. Two 5/16 bolts or screws. That will remove or make it so you can remove the front. Then you have the door switch, little plastic Molex plug. I have a little poker tool I like to stick in there that allows me to separate that housing a bit easier. Once that's done, you're going to pull the front forward and then straight up. There's just two little brackets at the bottom that it sets into place. And then that whole front will come off. You need to release the idler pulley to get the belt off the idler pulley in the motor. So just relieve the tension off the belt by pushing the idler pulley to the right and then remove the belt. Once that's done, you can pull the entire drum and belt out of the housing, the dryer housing. Once that's done, inside the new seal, you're going to have a high temp adhesive here. You need to take that adhesive and run it around the outer perimeter. The seal was already pulled off of this one, so it doesn't show me pulling the seal off. So if the seal's worn out, you can grab that seal and just rip it right off of there. It's just glued on. So speed this up. Apply this goop all around. You don't need a ton of it. I usually let it sit for a minute or two, and that allows that the high temps adhesive to kind of thicken a little bit and dry a bit, which makes the gasket stick to it a lot easier. I have a pair of vice grips. Once you get the felt seal on, I just clamp it with my vice grips, and that kind of holds it in place. If you have like 3 or 4 pairs of these, it's going to make it really easy. I just have one, and so it's a little tougher to stretch the gasket around and to get it to stay on, but it's definitely doable. So we'll speed this up so you can kind of watch what I'm doing. The gasket is tight, or felt seal, I should say. Gasket, felt seal. It gets tight at the end, so you actually have to pull pretty hard to get it to stretch around. And this is kind of where the extra vice grips would help coming in handy, so that you don't have to worry about the seal popping up on the sides. But like I say, if you let the glue sit for a little bit before you put the gasket on, it actually gets really sticky. So once it's on, make sure you go around and it's pressed in place. You're going to put the belt on the drum. At least I do before. You can put it on after, but I put the belt on first. Kind of helps me lift the drum into place. Once you've got the drum into place, you need to make sure that that felt seal is tucked down around the frame of the dryer. You don't want it bending forward. So I usually tuck it in, and then I'll turn the drum multiple times. After the drum's back in place, we're going to put the idler pulley back on and the belt. The idler pulley just sets into the brackets on the bottom of the dryer, and you wrap it around just like so. Once that's done, you're going to grab the front. Down at the bottom left and right, there's little brackets that the front will just set into. And it can fight you a bit. I usually do one side at a time, and it's generally not too bad. So there we've got them in place. Then I'm going to rotate the drum to line the belt up. You can see it's lining up as I go. You can do that before you put the front on or after. We're going to reattach the two 5/16 screws, which hold the front in place. Make sure you plug the door switch back in. And we are going to drop the top, and then here's the two Phillips screws in the filter housing that you've got to put back in. I didn't have a video of them coming out, but that's how you replace the dryer drum seal on a Whirlpool Maytag dryer. Thanks for joining.